Bro, we have the best 2K since 2K20 at least, and most of us that are actually good at the game are having almost flight reaction level crash outs because of one big problem in the game. I'm here to point out the lies and explain how 2K can keep from ruining a otherwise great game. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can always subscribe, look at the video later and say, I'm not watching that. But once again, the subscription is free and helps my video get pushed to the people who really do want to see it. So without further ado, let's get into it. This 2K was built on the promise of absolutely no RNG. You have to green everything. You have to green layups, you have to green dunks, you have to green your jump shots in order to make them. However, that's just not true. I can really make a whole highlight tape of people missing their dunk meters, which are actually unblockable, that give you great animations, and still making the dunk over people, not even just open, contested, making layups that they do not green. And the biggest complaint of them all is the rhythm shooting in 2K26, which is what this video is based off of. Mike Wang said that for the first time there's no RNG at all, it's green or miss. But when you don't have to green your shot, you just have to green the tempo, it actually is RNG. Because you cannot contest literally anything meter based. If you shoot tempo and you don't time the jump shot right, but you time the tempo, you make it, that's not how it's supposed to be. And people broke the system even more by putting it on 7-4s, so they're completely unguardable. They said that they were going to rework the contest system and that they were going to work on the logic. I do agree that if you're standing still with your hands down in front of someone, it should not be a shot contest. However, there are people that are full on jumping multiple times, guessing it right, and still cannot contest a 7-4 because he is tempo shooting. Let me put it into a little bit more of a perspective for you. I can contest your shot, time it perfectly, and almost close your green window to where you cannot green the shot for timing. However, since you know how to keep the tempo straight, you're gonna green it anyway. If you balanced it out and made it to where they had to green both, however, if they green both, they could make the most impossible shots in the game. It would still be a lot harder. It would be less of a bailout. It would be way more balanced and way less frequent, which would make the game a whole lot more fun for those who do not abuse tempo shooting. And I do hesitantly call it abusing because it is a skill. It's definitely a talent. Not everyone can do it, but it's easy enough to where most people can do it. To where as though the guys who are supposed to be demons, who are shooting 70 and 80% on these 7-4 builds, cannot really play the game. They're not really good. That's just a game breaking mechanic in the game, and 2K actually refuses to patch it. They just constantly say they're watching. There's no way they can be watching because the entire community has been complaining about one thing the entire time since the game came out. Just go to Twitter and look up shot contests. Ever since day one, there are so many people who have complained that shot contests need a buff in 2K26. And not only have they ignored that, they've actually given rhythm shooting the buff that they were supposed to give to shot contests. The biggest debate is about how we fix it without breaking the game. I do want to tell the people who say defense overall is bad to pump your brakes, because defense is actually pretty good in this game. Defense, as far as on ball, is really balanced, really good. What they need to do is buff the challenger badge. The challenger badge is the key to this game being all-time great, because if you buff the challenger badge, especially on like taller builds, because I have a 6'11", sometimes I would run a +2, a max +2, and my challenger badge will be gold and I'm still getting shot over by a 7-4 like I'm not even there. If they boost the challenger badge to where as though the higher you get it, especially Hall of Fame and Legend, that you get ghost contest, so what? You put in the attributes and you put in the work to have it be that high. So I'm not even going to be mad at a Hall of Fame or Legend challenger giving out a few ghost contests. I have absolutely no problem with that because they put in the attributes in order to have that. As far as the dunk meter, it's just kind of ridiculous sometimes. Like, it's very bearable. It's something that only I complain about, because I've seen 6'11s have a 6'4 come down the paint and they have great positioning, but the 6'4 uses the dunk meter, which means they don't get a contest and they get dunked on and put on a highlight tape. Yeah, it's me. Okay, it's me. And I feel like I play great positioning. So maybe that's just a personal complaint. However, if we buff the shock and test system, specifically with that boost to the Challenger badge, which makes it easier to contest guys no matter how tall they are, and we're gonna have one of the best 2Ks of all time. Now I need you guys to get in the comment section. Tell me, am I right? Do we just need a buff to shock and test? Am I tripping? Do we need a whole overhaul? Do we need a buff to defense in general? Tell me, what do you think is messing the game up? Do you think the game is perfect? How do you feel about 2K26 so far? Be sure to share this video with someone, especially if you enjoyed it. Be sure to give me that follow. Even if you never watch another video again, the follow is free. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, show some love, do something, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.